we have put together, I think, the most extensive and inclusive voter fraud organization in the history of American politics.
All right. Hello, this is Scarlett Pimpernella. They seek her here, they seek her there. Those Frenchies seek her everywhere. And today we're going to be talking about what's rotten in the state of Pennsylvania. So what you're looking at is the map of Pennsylvania with the general results from the 2020 election. And this is as of November 12th today at 2:09 p.m. As you can see, Joe Biden is leading 3,382,835 votes for Biden. Donald Trump, 3,330,695 votes. So Biden has a 52,140 vote edge over Trump. And as of today, this here, what you're looking at here is from the Wayback Machine. This is the New York Times interactive Pennsylvania election results. And it's as of November 4th, 5:48 p.m., so last Wednesday. And Trump at this point, 3,135,747 votes versus Biden's 2,843,335 votes. So at this point, Trump had a 245,891 vote lead. Now, that's a considerable decrease in the lead that he had from the night before, because on election night, he was leading in Pennsylvania by 700,000 votes. The counting was stopped for mysterious reasons. And then, you know, there are reports that there was a ballot dump at 3 and 4 in the morning. And all of a sudden that vote lead was decreased by a lot. So, so something is rotten, something's fishy. But not all is hopeless. We have this from November 6th, which is a Saturday. Supreme Court orders Pennsylvania ballots received after Election Day be segregated. And this is the same headline. Justice Alito orders Pennsylvania ballots received after 8 p.m. on Election Day segregated and secured. The reason for this is because, according to the US Constitution, the legislators are to make changes to elections and the way that elections are conducted. The Supreme Court does not have the right to change the way elections are conducted. And in the state of Pennsylvania, the Pennsylvania Supreme Court ruled that in regards to mail-in ballots, and changed the way that the deadline for those ballots being received. Now, what's going to come of this, we don't know, because the US Supreme Court still has to make its decision, but something has been done because those ballots are supposed to be segregated from the others. I just wanted to read this. This is from Fox News reporter Shannon Bream, and she says that there's a petition pending, and Alito has ordered the opposing side to reply by 2 p.m. Saturday. So we'll be interested to see what comes of that, but that is encouraging, especially since that should be about 450,000 ballots. This is from Rudy Giuliani, Real Clear Politics. 450,000 Pennsylvania mail-in ballots were processed while Republican observers were illegally kept away. This was an interview with Maria Bartiromo of Fox News, and Giuliani made some interesting observations in this interview. He said, it really would be wrong for him at this point to concede, talking about Trump, there is strong evidence that this was an election that at least 3 or 4 states and possibly 10 was stolen. In other words, it was based on false votes. Now, you can't let that election go into history without challenging that. There are upwards of 50 witnesses, and this will be the subject of a lawsuit that we file tomorrow. This interview was on Monday, so they will have filed it by now. Tomorrow is Tuesday of this week, so the 9th of November, for violating civil rights, for conducting an unfair election, for violating the law of the state, for treating Pittsburgh and Philadelphia different than the rest of the state, which is an equal protection violation, which goes under Bush v. Gore. We're at now 450,000 definite mail-in ballots that they were separated from the envelope, threw the envelope away. We can never tell if they're valid or not. And here's Trump, all in caps. On the 7th, observers were not allowed into the counting rooms. I won the election, got 71 million legal votes. Bad things happened, which our observers were not allowed to see. So we will see what comes of that lawsuit, but it's encouraging to know because, as I mentioned earlier in the video, the Trump side only needs 52,140 votes to take the lead. And if those mail-in ballots are thrown out, they're going to have a very comfortable lead in Pennsylvania, which would deliver 20 more electoral votes to Trump and take away 20 from Biden. And that would give Biden an even 270. And Trump, with the other outstanding states like Georgia, would be closer to getting the 270 that he needs. This is just something that a Philadelphia poll watcher, it's a video with him saying that the election was not fair. It's just more support for what Rudy Giuliani said. We were kept away from everything. And he said, this is Daryl Brooks is his name. He's an African-American gentleman who lives in Philadelphia. He said, listen, we just want a fair election and we view this was not fair at all. It was not fair. You could allow us to look at the ballots, some ballots, but nothing. We were kept away from everything. And here he says, so when I go to the poll, there was basically, they put us at 20 feet away as a COVID restriction. And they said, no cameras, no phones. We can't take pictures. I was even harassed by some of the Democratic poll watchers, and that is also recorded. And then next thing you know, it was 6 feet away, and they still wouldn't allow us to see anything that was happening. So that's some very shady shenanigans. If the 20 feet away restriction was because of COVID, then it should have stuck for the entire election poll watching. Because if you suddenly say, oh, well, now you're not susceptible to COVID anymore because it's 1:35 in the morning and we've counted the mail-in ballots, so you can come closer now. These are just excuses. So here's another article from Breitbart. Philadelphia GOP alleges dead people voted in Pennsylvania. And the Philadelphia GOP said it found on the state's website that at least 840 dead people voted. And rather comically, the Philly GOP Twitter account has some information on this. These are some of the people who voted in PA. 840 were 101 years old or older. 39 lived through the Civil War, and 45 were born in the 1800s. So these voters in Pennsylvania are very healthy. They lived, especially the ones that, defied the odds and lived for 220 years to vote in this election. It's quite incredible. This one is a video that unfortunately I can't show you because my audio is not that good, but this is a a Philadelphia poll worker who's trying to get into a polling station, and he's a GOP monitor, and the poll worker is blocking him. Actually, these two poll workers here are blocking him from getting into the polling station, even though he has the proper documentation that he's a GOP monitor. They're still not letting him in. So a lot of shady things have been going on, and I just wanted to keep you all abreast. Scarlett Pimpernella is furiously at work, trying to keep you all updated on the latest, and I will definitely let you know once the Supreme Court rules on those separated ballots, because that will be very interesting. Okay, signing off. Scarlett Pimpernella, they seek her here, they seek her there. Those Frenchies seek her everywhere. Bye-bye.